Angefangen hat alles, wie ich 15 war, wie gesagt.
It all started when I was 15. That was when they noticed that somehow my kidneys weren't functioning as they should. And then when I was 23, they shut down completely.
Und dann wurde ich das erste Mal transplantiert. Hat gehalten 27 Jahre.
That's when I had my first transplant. It lasted 27 years. Then, unfortunately, it stopped working because then my husband donated a kidney. That was in 2001. It lasted about 15 years. Then it also stopped working. Then I was faced with the question, dialysis, which dialysis?
Stand ich vor der Frage, Dialyse, welche Dialyse?
It was advised to go to the clinic, but I said I didn't want to. If I could do it at home, I would prefer that. Some people find in-centre haemodialysis, I know from an elderly gentleman, for example, quite wonderful because they have company there. They go 3 times a week, it's like a family for them, then everything is exchanged. I didn't want it. I just prefer to be at home and do it alone by myself and be independent. I then decided on the peritoneal dialysis because it had been recommended to me. You get a week's initiation training, during which you have to go to the centre every now and then. One of the Fresenius staff members is there, and the nurses. And they show you how to do it, step by step. You practice it again and again.
Und dann bin ich nach Hause und am Samstag.
And then I was at home and I did it on a Saturday and it worked. Of course, one is anxious. Did I do it correctly? You have to be conscious of hygiene, wear a mask over mouth and nose and disinfect. And it was actually not a problem.
War eigentlich kein Problem. Man muss im Kopf einigermaßen fit sein.
You have to be mentally fit because there are some important aspects that you really have to adhere to. So you have to have strong nerves and you need to be precise.
Und genau sein. Also das.
It needs careful consideration because there is a lot of personal responsibility involved.
Bauchfelddialyse. Das ist eine gute Geschichte.
Peritoneal dialysis. It's a good thing. You can take responsibility for it yourself. And a tube, a catheter, is implanted in the peritoneum. Then the fluid that you have in the belly during the day, these 2 litres, runs out. When the belly is then empty, you can start therapy. And new fluid, the clean fluid, comes into the belly.
In den Bauch hinein.
So that was really unpleasant at the beginning. It does go a little left and right, but you really feel it.
Es geht zwar ein bisschen links und rechts hin, aber Sie spüren es schon. Und der Bauch ist halt.
And the belly is big and the pants don't close anymore. And it's, it all comes with it. It still bothers me now, but you can't do anything about it. I've just come to terms with it. It's just the way it is, and it helps. And it gives me my life back, and there are worse things.
Dann gibt's den Cycler.
Then there's the cycler, which I currently use. It's kind of a computer on a trolley. It makes a little noise, a slight hum, but I'm a bit hard of hearing anyway, so it doesn't bother me. It doesn't matter. Yes, and at 8 in the morning I finished, and then it's actually okay.
Und das mache ich jetzt seit 6,5 Jahren.
I've been doing it for 6.5 years now, and it's going well. Because I want my freedom, because I can do it at home, because I don't have to go somewhere 3 times a week, because I'm free to travel. You can take all the equipment with you.
Man kann das ganze Equipment mitnehmen. Ich habe keinen Shunt.
I don't have a shunt, and I don't experience any pain when I connect it. I really only see advantages in it. My husband plays a big role, and he helps me a lot. He carries all the bags in at night. He also sets up the machine. He always does it very precisely, meticulously, and he's always there, and he's always very concerned about me. I have a great husband.
Hab einen tollen Mann, ja.
There are certainly people for whom it's not an option, also when it comes to travelling. There's quite a lot of stuff. It weighs 30 kilos, so you need a man. I couldn't carry it to the car. We can travel in Europe. We can go on city trips. We have a great circle of friends. We often go to the children. They're in Basel, and we've already been to Lake Garda this year. My sister lives there. We were there for 2 weeks. We're going to Lake Garda again in September, and we often go to South Tyrol, so we take advantage of that. I actually live quite normally now. I always say I don't feel like a sick person, I have no pain. The restrictions are actually easy to manage. It works, and otherwise I can do as I please.
Das geht. Und sonst kann ich machen, was ich will.
The only restrictions I see are maybe a little bit when it comes to food, but it's really not a big deal. There are a few things you shouldn't eat, but that's easy to manage. I don't see it as a loss, so to speak. It's okay.
Das geht schon.